Hi everyone, and welcome to Module 5 of our course on AI-driven social media advertising. I'm really glad to have you here. In this module, we're shifting focus from how we promote content to how we create it. And more specifically, how we can harness the power of AI to design engaging, relevant, and high-performing social media content. Now, whether you're a marketer, a business owner, or a content creator, one truth holds across the board. Content is at the heart of every social strategy. But the landscape has evolved. It's not just about creativity anymore. It's about creativity informed by data, tailored to platforms, and increasingly assisted by intelligent tools. Over the next few lessons, we'll break this down in a structured, practical way. We'll start with the fundamentals of what makes good social content, storytelling, platform fit, audience targeting, and then explore how AI is revolutionizing each of those steps, from ideation to production to optimization. By the end of this module, my goal is for you to feel confident using AI not just to speed up your workflow, but to enhance the quality and performance of the content you put out. Let's get started with Lesson 1, where we'll take a step back and look at what content creation for social media really involves, why it matters, and how leading brands are doing it with intention and impact. Let me begin with a striking data point. In 2023, over 4.9 billion people worldwide use social media, spending an average of 2.5 hours per day scrolling through their feeds. But here's the question we need to ask. With so much content flooding our screens, what separates a forgettable post from one that goes viral? The answer isn't luck. It's strategy. And in today's lecture, we'll unpack the foundational principles that underpin effective content creation for social media, drawing on both industry practices and academic insights. We'll examine 3 core components. 1. Audience understanding. 2. Platform-specific strategies. 3. Storytelling and aesthetics. Let's take these one by one. 1. Audience understanding. Content creation starts not with a camera or caption, but with data. Definition. Audience understanding is the process of analyzing demographic, psychographic, and behavioral data to create content that aligns with what your users want, sometimes before they even know they want it. Why does this matter? Because social media platforms run on algorithms that prioritize engagement, and engagement, likes, shares, comments, comes from relevance. If your content doesn't match the needs, interests, and habits of your audience, it's unlikely to get traction. Let's consider Netflix. Their social team doesn't just guess what fans might like, they mine streaming data to craft content with surgical precision. For example, if Bridgerton sees a spike in female viewership among romance fans aged 25-34, you'll see Netflix pushing out cheeky, meme-driven posts targeted to that demographic. The logic is simple. Know your audience and the algorithm will reward you. Tools to help. Google Analytics tracks who's visiting your site and from where. Facebook Insights provides audience behavior, interests, and engagement metrics. SparkToro, great for psychographic profiling, what your audience reads, watches, listens to. Think of these tools as your compass. They don't create the content, but they show you where to point your creative energy. 2. Platform-specific strategies. This brings us to our second major point. Every social platform is a different universe with its own language, culture, and behavioral norms. A well-crafted LinkedIn article would likely flop on TikTok, and a hilarious TikTok skit might feel out of place on a formal LinkedIn feed. So, tailoring content to each platform is not optional, it's essential. Let me define this more formally. Platform-specific strategy means aligning your content's format, tone, and function to the expectations and algorithms of each platform. Here's a quick breakdown. TikToks, Instagram Reels, short form, high energy, often driven by trends. The focus is on immediacy and entertainment. LinkedIn, professional, long form, educational, or thought leadership oriented. Twitter X, timely, conversational, and text-heavy, often humorous or snarky in tone. A great example is Wendy's. On Twitter XX, they lean into witty banter and roast culture, which earns them massive engagement. But on Instagram, they switch gears, focusing on high-resolution food shots and brand polish. Same brand, entirely different tone and format, adapted to platform expectations. So what's the takeaway? Never repurpose the exact same content across platforms without adapting it. It might save time, but it wastes opportunity and risks annoying audiences who expect something different. 3. storytelling and aesthetics. Now let's move into the heart of content creation, the narrative and visual layer. Definition: storytelling and aesthetics refer to how you use emotional arcs and visual cohesion to captivate, inspire, or persuade your audience. This isn't just about making things pretty, it's about making them memorable. And the data backs this up. A Stanford study found that people remember stories 22 times more than facts alone. Let's look at a couple of powerful examples. First, Nike. Their Dream Crazy campaign, featuring Colin Kaepernick, didn't just showcase shoes. It told a story of resilience, social justice, and human ambition. And it did so with cinematic visuals, tight scripting, and emotional arcs. Or consider GoPro. They consistently publish user-generated videos of adventurers climbing cliffs, diving into oceans, and biking through forests. Each clip follows the arc of a hero's journey: beginning, challenge, and triumph. From an aesthetic standpoint, Glossier provides another benchmark. Their Instagram feed is pastel-heavy, clean, and minimal. That consistency creates brand recognition. Even without the logo, you know it's Glossier. So how do you build strong storytelling? One framework you can borrow is the hero's journey. It's been used from ancient myths to Hollywood blockbusters and now to social ads. You present a challenge, a journey, and a resolution. Think of it as the difference between buy our protein bar versus here's how Alex finally conquered their marathon using this energy bar. Visually, aim for aesthetic coherence. Use consistent filters, colors, fonts, and layouts across your content. This isn't just about beauty, it's about creating a recognizable identity in a crowded scroll. At this point, I'd like to anchor our discussion in a bit of academic theory. According to Kaplan and Hanley in 2010, social media is a group of internet-based applications that allow the creation and exchange of user-generated content. Their work highlights that social media isn't just another marketing channel, it's a dynamic environment where users both consume and produce content. You're not just talking at your audience, you're co-creating with them. This means your content strategy has to be collaborative, not top-down. Invite interaction, encourage sharing. Create material that makes your audience feel like participants, not just spectators. So what have we covered? To recap, first, audience understanding is the cornerstone. Without data-driven insights, your content might look good, but land nowhere. Second, platform strategy is about fit. It's not what you say, it's where and how you say it. Third, storytelling and aesthetics transform content from noise into narrative, content that evokes emotion and earns attention. As we look ahead to Lesson 2, we'll start exploring how AI is transforming every one of these layers, from identifying audience preferences, to auto-generating copy, to optimizing creative for platform-specific engagement. Let me leave you with this thought. Mastering content creation isn't about luck, it's about intentionality. And as creators today, we have more tools, data, and creative potential than ever before. But the content that cuts through, that still comes from knowing your audience, crafting your story, and speaking in the right voice at the right time. Thank you, and I'll see you in Lesson 2, where we will explore the role of AI in content creation.